Okay, everybody, let's do this thing. Listen, I don't know when this is gonna be posted, but obviously some big news just occurred, and man, I gotta say tonight it's been a long night. But then again, all these AEW shows go a long night. But let's get into it. Wrestle Dream review. Obviously it's been damn near almost 15 matches, and a show that I have sat from almost 6 p.m. all the way to 11 p.m. But I gotta say, this was still a very good show. Mostly overall, I would have omitted a few matches here and there, but knowing AEW, they like to do these long pay-per-views and add matches out of the woodwork half the time, out of the blue. So yeah, let's get right into it. Now, I will say something about the pre-show, because I only saw some of the pre-show. I didn't see all of it, but I will give my quick thoughts on this. The 0 hour part of the show basically is this. We did kick it off with what was it? Keith Lee, Satoshi Kojima, Athena, and Billy Starks versus Shane Taylor, Lee Moriarty, Diamante, and Mercedes Martinez. Basically, Keith Lee and them won. I don't really know what's going on. It was basically a random match. Then again, I don't even know why Athena and Billy Starks were a team. I had to look that up. Mercedes Martinez and Diamante, they just disappeared off of Collision nowadays for some reason. Even though I thought they were getting a good push on Collision, but they just kind of got omitted into obscurity and whatnot. And I guess Keith Lee is supposed to be going against Shane Taylor at some point. So there you go. I know the next match on this show was Claudio versus Josh Barnett. I was actually surprised to see Josh Barnett even in a match on AEW. I knew he had some problems with the Bucks like a couple years ago. I know they were trying to go at him, and he did criticize them and whatnot. Which then again, Josh Barnett made a lot of sense, so he knows what he's talking about. He wasn't wrong what he said about the Young Bucks, but I guess they probably patch things up now. I will say I did enjoy this match with Claudio. I know they had John Moxley out there on commentary, not the first time you're going to hear him throughout the entire night, but I enjoyed it. Obviously, it was a different style. We know Josh Barnett. I've seen Josh Barnett wrestle a few times, and whether it be New Japan or TNA, I know he was the one that came up with the blood sport concept, which I do enjoy, and I've watched that a few times. But, him and Claudio's pretty good, very stiff, very hard hitting, more of a mat-based style of wrestling out there, a bit technical and whatnot. But overall, I really did enjoy it. It was a really good match. Good stuff out there. But I know they had Josh talk about what happened even after, even after, sorry, I'm trying to get my words straight, but even after the match, I know he said he was like proud of Claudio and everything throughout the match. So that's one thing. No, what was that? The computer. But yeah, he did basically praise him and whatnot after the match, and saying how experienced. Because let's remember, this whole Wrestle Dream show is to basically honor Antonio Inoki. So I know they even did a ceremony. I'll get to that in a second. But yeah, basically Josh Barnett talked about how Inoki would be proud, and he's proud of Claudio, and that they would like to face each other again someday. So I guess they may gonna have a match maybe in the future. But I did enjoy this match though. I know it was a pre-show match, but it was different from what we usually do see on AEW a majority of the time. So I did like this. But like I said, this whole show is to basically commemorate Antonio Inoki, because even I think in the beginning they had Tony Khan out there with Rocky Romero, Shibata. I think it was like Inoki's grandchildren out there, basically talking about the generations in wrestling. So they even did the whole Ichi Ni San Da chant, because I know New Japan does. Because honestly, this felt like could have been more of a tribute show for New Japan, but at least it's different from a different company doing it. So I can understand that in a way. But moving on through this, Nick Wayne went against Luchasaurus. I don't have much to say about this. Luchasaurus won. I know Nick Wayne from Seattle, I believe, but yeah, Luchasaurus won, and they basically showed his mom being concerned, which I'm sure. Trust me, we're going to see more of his mom throughout the night, which, then again, if you look in the comment section when it comes to Nick Wayne's mom, basically she's really hot. That's all I can really say. She don't look bad, though. I ain't going to lie to you. So, I'm sure that's the main thing people want to see is his mom for obvious reasons. And like the last show, the pre-show match was The Acclaim versus TDMK. Slapjack making his AEW debut, but I should be saying Shane Hayes, Mikey Nichols, and Bad Dude Tito. Listen, it was a solid match. That's all I can really say about it. I know The Acclaim came out rapping like a whole bunch of porn jokes, but yeah, Acclaim retained. They beat TDMK, no surprise here for the AEW 6-man titles. So it's not much to say from that. All right, the Acclaim won, but good to see TDMK on AEW, given most of their in New Japan most of the time. Now getting to the main card of Wrestle Dream, we did kick it off with MJF. Adam Cole. Adam Cole is hurt, going against the Righteous out there for the Ring of Honor tag team titles. I don't know why they even having this match. Then again, I'm surprised the Righteous even on pay-per-view. Given what I saw on Collision of them getting shut the fuck up chants literally the night before, I can't say a lot of people care about the Righteous, and I don't want to sit here and come on and say,
I like to.
What was that? A little bit of audio problem there, but like I said, MJF going against the Righteous. I don't want to sit here and say Walmart Wyatt family a discount version, given everything that's happened in the past month. So I didn't want to be too disingenuous with that. But listen, let me say this. I find it kind of funny that the world champion, which by the way he beat the he basically beat the Righteous on his own. Okay, because what MJF did his kangaroo kick thing, it didn't hit the heat seeker on Dutch and won the match, even using the ropes as leverage. But listen, I understood last time with MJF and Cole kicking off the show, and MJF kind of did that match on his own too. But given that All In was literally the week before, and that CM Punk got fired at the time, I can understand why the position they were in. But I do kind of find it odd that the world champion, 2 pay-per-views in a row now, is kicking off the show. Yes, he is the Ring of Honor tag team champion, but still, should the world champion, which is supposed to be the focal point of the show, and 9 times out of 10 should be the main event, should he be really kicking off 2 pay-per-views in a row facing... And then again, they basically face jobber tag teams, okay? The Dark Order, nobody gives a fuck about them. We all knew that back at All Out. Why was that even a match? Even the same with the Righteous. Nobody really cares about them. So why is the world champion facing jobber tag teams? Really think about that. But listen, MJF is over. Obviously, I know Cole's not there, but the whole kangaroo kick and body slam and sportsmanship and all that, MJF's over. No denying that. But it is questionable to be kind of having a world champion kick off the show to do this. So I'm just saying. But MJF retained. Next, though, was Eddie Kingston versus Katsuyori Shibata for the Ring of Honor and New Japan Strong open weight title. I don't have much to say about this. Obviously, this is once again to not honor Inoki and everything, but it was a good match, but that's all I can really say about it. It was a good match. Did I think Shibata was really going to win here? I know he's the Ring of Honor Peer Champion, but no. It was just, it was a good match, Japanese strong style. That's all I can really say about this, okay? We know Eddie is a big fan of Japanese wrestling. We already know that, but is it much more I can say about this? Not really. They had a good match out there, and Kingston won. He hit the power bomb, and that was it. And they both sat down and shook hands, and then they left. So, good match. Good match. That's all I can say. Next was Chris Statlander versus Julia Hart. Some would say the next big draw around here. They've been building up to this whole 27-30 win streak thing, which I will sit there and say at least I'm assuming most of these wins were either on Rampage or Ring of Honor or something like that, because I don't know. And they have really been trying to build up Julia Hart. I'm not really buying into it. I damn near want to call her a discount Undertaker sometime. I think she's getting over because she's an entrance and whatnot. The match was good. I don't think it really deserved a "this is awesome" chant. I was a little bit confused by that, but I thought it was good. I thought this was probably one of the better Julia Hart matches than what I've seen in recent times. I think she's gotten better. I think the whole House of Black thing works for her. I kind of wonder where Malachi Black and Buddy Murphy were. I think, Malachi's hurt. Buddy, I don't know. So they just kept Brody King out there with her most of the time. But Chris Statlander won with the Sunday Night Fever, and that was pretty much it. But it was a good match. And whatnot. I just never really believed Julia Hart was ever going to win and stuff. So, and the way they've been having to kind of go through everybody, it's somewhat, and I'm trying not to make this a size thing, but it's just somewhat kind of hard to believe in that sometimes. So, it does make you wonder. But Chris Statlander won, so the match was good. Next, a Fatal 4-Way, which I'm sure nobody really cared about in this tag team. Whoever wins gets a shot at the AEW tag titles. So, it's the Young Bucks, who are already just won the Ring of Honor 6-man tag titles like what, a week ago on Rampage, makes me wonder why are they even in this match. Going against the Gun Club, going against the Lucha Brothers, and against Cassidy and Hook. I think Phoenix got hurt throughout this match, so we never saw him again. And I don't think the crowd cared much about the finish because, one, the Bucks, I guess they went for their finisher on, Pentagon. And I guess Nick did something and he failed, but they ended up just super kicking everybody, hit the BTE trigger, and that was it. And the crowd kind of gave a polite pause. I don't think, and the Bucks was already getting booed here in Seattle anyway, so they were already kind of getting booed out there, and I'm sure for obvious reasons. But I had really nothing to care about this match. It was a spot fest. That's all it really was. It was a spot fest, and then again, I probably would have had the Lucha Brothers winning, or even the Gun Club winning, giving their no Bullet Club gold thing, and that's over. But they just decided, like, okay, let's just have the Bucks go over again, and the crowd didn't care. It's like they won the match and they barely reacted to it. They probably gave a polite applause, but that was kind of it. I don't know what happened to Phoenix. He was taken out of there. I don't know if he got hurt or whatnot, but it's not much I could say about this match. Nobody cared. I don't think a lot of people cared about that. I didn't really care about this coming in because it was added at the last minute anyways, but the Bucks get a title shot even though they already have titles. I don't know. Next, though, was Swerve versus Hangman Page. Obviously, Swerve, hometown guy, getting a big pop. Crowd is just heavily behind him. All against Hangman. Prince Nana doing the dance, though, and then he got on the mic and said, "Whose house? Swerve house." Seattle was going nuts for him. He's got the Seahawks colors on. People were basically, Hangman Page was enemy number one here in tonight, okay, in this city. Basically, fuck you, Cowboy chants, fuck Hangman, fuck the Elite, which obviously, for, obvious reasons. But let's be honest here. Hangman has not been over in a very long while now. And we can go, listen, we can add the CM Punk stuff too if we want to, because let's remember he is kind of catalyst to all of this, so there's a reason why people don't like Hangman Page, but the guy has not been over in months. The most time he was over when he was doing the whole drunk thing and going, getting to the AEW World title. But once he had the AEW World title, yes, he had a few good matches here with Danielson and them, but people just didn't really care about him after a while. And I just feel like Hangman Page is just kind of there. He's with the Elite. That's kind of it. But can I say that people have cared much about him? No. And Swerve, and I said Swerve had to win this match. After that promo he cut on him, like on the Go Home show, I'm like, Swerve got to win, right? Like, he has to win. But I don't think nobody cares about, Hangman Page right now. And there's a lot of names you can go by, Hangnail Page or the Confused Cowboy or just, like some people already chanting, fuck Hangman Page, fuck Cowboy shit. They were doing all of that. But can I say this was a good match? Yes. Was the crowd super hot for it? Yeah, they wanted Swerve to win. Even if he had to cheat and win, the crowd was going to support no matter what. Because, Prince Nana getting involved, and being thrown to the back, and Hangman, I know he gave him a buckshot lariat and hit him with it, but Swerve used Prince Nana's crown and hit him with it, and still a near fall. Swerve hit him with like several house call kicks and the JML driver for the win. So yeah, what's a kill shot to a buckshot? Swerve got hopefully Swerve goes somewhere big after this, because we've seen Swerve in a lot of matches, but he's been taking a lot of L's most of the time. So he needed to get this big win. He had to get this big win, and he was just basically the fucking man out there, all right? The crowd was super behind him. They were not going to go against him. And it's been kind of seen that with Swerve, and I hope adding Prince Nana thing helps a lot too. But yeah, people just do not care about Hangman right now. Then again, people don't really care about the Elite, honestly, okay? They don't. Outside of Omega is still over. I'll admit that. The rest of them, nobody doesn't really seem to care. Like I said, obviously we can talk about the CM Punk stuff, and I'm not going to go into that right now. But it's added on to it. It really is. But Swerve was the man tonight. This is probably one of my favorite matches of the night so far at that point. So Swerve getting the big win was cool. Ricky Starks went against Wheeler Yuta. Jon Moxley was back on commentary for this with Jim Ross this time. I know the commentary team switched over throughout multiple times of the night. But Starks versus Yuta, I don't have much to say about this. Big Bill got involved. Starks won. Rochambeau. the crowd probably was. I don't even think they were with this match, given how hot they were for Swerve being the hometown guy. That's all they cared about. This was the cool down. Crowd was very quiet. Then again, I last time I checked, I thought the whole Blackpool Combat Club was heels as Starks also. So who's really the face here? Then when the rest of the crew was heels. So and then again, this was just a match added randomly to this card that didn't need to be on here. Probably could have put on Dynamite. Probably could have put on Rampage. Maybe Collision. But did it need to be on pay per view? Not really. It didn't. Starks won. That's it. Now let's get to the big match, the dream match, as everybody would like to say. Bryan Danielson versus Zack Sabre Jr. I would have liked it better if they took out Excalibur off the commentary team and put Kevin Kelly there and leave everybody else. I would have been cool with this. But I enjoyed this match. This was a great match that was literally worth watching. Now, I know this isn't going to be everybody's style of wrestling to watch. When it comes to Zack Sabre Jr., he has a more of a match style, technical. Like I said, this is more of a technical wrestling match. Okay, submissions, holds, all of that, just more mat-based style wrestling right here. And the crowd did like it a lot. Okay, like I said, Danielson being from around, Aberdeen, Washington, but still wearing those Seahawks colors. But him and Zach put on a wrestling clinic out there. And this is the match that everybody should really go back and look at. Like I said, I know it's not going to be everybody's cup of tea and everything. And I will say Moxie on commentary. I was in it. I was like, it's some parts I like Moxie on commentary, but then there's sometimes where it just kind of sounds like he's a bumbling idiot. But I didn't think he was bad out there. But this, like I said, I'm not going to go through all the moves and whatnot. There was some cool transitions, I'm not going to lie. Like, especially from when Zack Sabre Jr. does like that, damn, what's that move? Basically, how he pins people and kind of bends his head back. I forgot what it's called. Not the O'Connor roll, but you get what I'm trying to say. Excuse me, or whatnot. But it still looked cool. And then Danielson counter into a cattle mutilation. Then was really good. But still, like I said, great match. But going into the end of it, Zack Sabre Jr. Basically trying to stop on his hands. Danielson hit him with the roundhouse kick, going from several yes kicks in. Zack Sabre Jr. ended up blocking the kicks, getting him into an armbar in, rolling him into it, and trying to transition it there. Danielson suplexed him, hit him with the running knee for the near fall, hit him with a second running knee, and won the match clean. He was going to shake Zack Sabre Jr.'s hands after. Moxley said, holy shit, given how great of a match this was. But, Zack Sabre Jr. ended up just walking out, rolling, leaving with the NJPW television title then after that. But I guess you could say that Danielson now was the best technical wrestler in the world tonight, as some would say. But they did say that on commentary. But like I said, this match lived up to its expectations, okay? Awesome match. You know it's going to be more of a technical style out there. I know that's not everybody's cup of tea, but this was a great match, and I recommend everybody should go back and look at it. One of the best matches of the night. Right after that, I know they showed Demetrius Johnson out there in the crowd. Obviously, him and Omega going to be playing Street Fighter soon. But next was a 6-man tag. Kenny Omega, Kota Ibushi, the Golden Elite Lovers, whichever, and Chris Jericho versus the Don Callis family, Sammy Guevara, Konosuke Takeshita, and the IWGP UK champion Will Ospreay. Listen, basically a spot fest. Went a long match though, I can say that, but definitely a spot fest out here. It was enjoyable. Crowd was into it. Obviously, they like to see Murder Ibushi out there trying to kill everybody. I'll say Ibushi looked a little bit better than his recent times in AEW that I've seen. He looked better, I'll say that. Ospreay is just great. I don't really have much to say bad about him, but going throughout this whole match, it was very spotty, okay? Basically a spot fest style match where you're just going to see a whole bunch of insane moves out there. It was very good. I know it was one thing with Ibushi taking that suplex was pretty deadly, by the way, too. That was pretty brutal. But it did end up in the end of it, Sammy tried to go for the GTH. Jericho had the Walls of Jericho on him. Don Callis came in with Jericho's baseball bat, hitting him with it. And Sammy ended up getting the win as, I think Ospreay was holding back Omega and Ibushi, which looked like one of them could have broke out of there and stopped the pin if they wanted to, but they didn't. But but like I said, they didn't. So yeah, the Don Callis family end up getting a win from here. But yes, definitely a spot fest match right here. So I don't really have much to say about it, but entertaining, but mostly a spot fest. Right after that, FTR went against Aussie Open for the AEW tag titles. A rematch, some would say, from Royal Quest of New Japan from last year or two. Great tag match. Did I really think Aussie Open were winning? No. Then again, then again, it's almost hard to believe in Aussie Open in a way. Did I think they were gonna win? No. But then again, they just lost those Ring of Honor tag titles not that long ago, and I think they lost to Jericho and Sammy at 1.2. But they're very good. But did I believe they were gonna win? Not really. And then again, they did kind of show. We've already seen the Bucks win that fatal 4-way number one contender shot, so you know it's going to be a rematch with both of those teams for the AEW tag titles. So great match with Aussie Open and FTR, but I didn't really believe Aussie Open was ever going to beat FTR though. But FTR ended up hitting with the Super Shatter Machine, basically what they did like a one from the top rope, basically throwing Kyle Fletcher and it just landed into a Shatter Machine, and that was the win. So FTR still retain AEW tag titles, but a great match with Aussie Open though. But the main event time, which I can probably already know why this was the main event. I'm sure we all know why this was the main event. Christian Cage versus Darby Allin in a 2 out of 3 falls match for the TNT title. Obviously, the first fall went to Darby after, using Christian's turtleneck, pulling it over his head, and then hit him with the, jackknife pin to get the first fall. Once again, they had Nick Wayne's mom, which they put the camera on her a lot, and I mean a lot, throughout this match. Excuse me. Basically going to the second fall. I know they had Nick Wayne's mom threw a drink in Christian's face. Darby hit a big dive after that. Hit him with the coffin drop. Tried to go for it again, but Christian put his knees up then after that. He got some steel steps then, and basically threw Darby into the steps almost like several times, which not even like on the edge part, like where you damn near cut yourself. Now you're on the flat part of the steps, like the edge part of it, which look, I have to say, Darby just takes fucking brutal ass bumps out there. That it amazes me the guy still walks sometime, but he took some brutal, and I mean some brutal ass bumps, which just look insane. And here's the thing, like he threw him into those steps, damn near killed him, and basically the second win was by count out. So Christian won by count out for the second fall. But then as the refs and the doctors are checking in on Darby, Christian's just cutting up the ring with like a knife or something, opening the floorboards then, and as they're trying to get Darby out on a stretcher, Christian jumps off the top rope doing a frog splash while Darby's on the stretcher then, throws him back in the ring, and whatnot, tries to hit a kill switch, but Darby ended up getting out of it. Christian tried to go for a spear, Darby got out of it again, hit the Scorpion death drop then, he went for the death lock, ended up gouging Christian's eyes, hit the Scorpion death drop, hit the coffin drop, but still a 2 count then. After that, Cage basically was trying to do his best to get up. He ended up hitting a sunset bomb, was going to go for the spear, but he ended up spearing the referee. Right after that, he went for the title belt. Nick Wayne came out, took the title away from Christian, basically went to hug his mom then. Next, Christian chased him, got back in the ring. Nick Wayne and Darby was standing right there, and I kind of figured the turn was going to happen. Did I think Nick Wayne was about to turn in a way? No, but after the way we were standing right there, I kind of figured he was going to turn on Darby right there, as Nick Wayne just took the title belt, hit Darby in the head with it. Christian pinned him, still retaining the TNT title. So I have no problem with that. Christian Cage is probably the best heel in this company right now. I can go on and say a lot of great things about Christian Cage right now, but he's definitely one of the best heels in this company. But right after that, as Christian celebrated, him and Nick Wayne start beating up Darby again. Sting walked out, which I'm surprised he didn't bring a baseball bat, but he basically took his time walking out there, start going after Christian and Nick Wayne. Luchasaurus came out then. Sting was fighting him off, but they ended up going for Sting's legs, taking him out then. And and start beating him up. But before they set up the concerto, he was getting ready to smash Sting's head in. Next thing you know, the lights go out. Then it's like our feature presentation plays. And then it's somebody against like a sports car, which you can see on the ground where it says rated R. And then You Think You Know Me plays. Or You Think You Know Him, I should be saying. Adam Copeland. And I can't say Edge, folks. I want to say Edge, but this is Adam Copeland. And he did come out to Metalingus. And it was Alter Bridge playing. But it's the same song. But it almost like it was a slightly remastered or tweaked version of the song. So it's still the same song. And it's basically still Edge. Humongous pop Edge got. And even commentary said the rated R superstar Adam Copeland has arrived in AEW. So, like I said, Edge came to the ring. Or I'm trying to say Copeland right now. But he came to the ring. Cage handed him the chair then after that. And he was going to do the concerto. But Edge ended up hitting the chair on Nick Wayne and Luchasaurus, hitting them with spears then, and ended up shaking Darby and Sting's hand after that. So yes, Edge is now in AEW. I think we all saw that coming, given this was the main event of the show of Christian and Darby. So that kind of gave it away, and that Edge, he was already taking off the SmackDown intro. I will say this about Edge and AEW. It's a big deal. And I'm sure Tony Khan paid a lot of money because now they have to fill the void of CM Punk since you fired your biggest star in the company because, hey, fear your life and everything. Edge is kind of here to almost fill that void in a way. I don't know how long Edge will be in AEW. I'd rather have him team up with Christian, but it's going to be him versus Christian soon enough for that TNT title, okay? But Edge is a big deal, and they needed another big star, like I said, to fill that void. I'm not going to go and say is he's bigger than CM Punk. I don't know about that. But Edge still got a big pop. I'm sure someone say not as big as the Royal Rumble one, but still a big pop nonetheless. It's going to take a minute to be calling him Adam Copeland, but they are still calling him the rated R superstar. It's basically still Edge, folks. He's still coming out the Metalingus. It's still You Think You Know Me. Same entrance, same pyro, same smoke. Same, everything. It's still Edge at the end of the day. I still think it's kind of funny that he took his time coming to the ring while the faces are getting their asses kicked out there. I'm just going to take my time and do my whole entrance and everything, but it's literally still Edge. It's the same person. Because with nowadays, and they do need a big star over there right now because everybody's starting to jump to WWE nowadays, okay? That's what it's really looking like. The first loss was Cody. Obviously, CM Punk is about to be back in WWE. They have Jade Cargill now. Hell, Brian Pillman Jr. is on NXT, and he already seems starting to feel like a big deal. We'll see what happens, but, they've been doing promos for him. And the way they've been hyping up Jade for WWE lately, they've made her look like damn near a big star, making her a big deal as it is. So, AEW did need a big star. Now, the question is, what will be Edge's booking? Will it be good or will it be bad? Because we know how AEW booking goes and how it can go all over the place or just backwards booking half the time. And we've seen former WWE names just pop in and then only care for like 3 months before fading to the wayside. But this is a big name. This is Edge, folks. This isn't like somebody that was just released and, AEW picks them up. This is Edge we're talking about. This is a big name, okay? So I don't know what's gonna happen, but it was still cool to see him here. It's gonna take some time getting used to calling him Adam Copeland. It's not like we're calling him the Edge or the Cliff or add another Edge or add like another G to Edge, kind of slightly varying the words around and stuff. So it's not like we're doing that. But like I said, Edge being here in AEW right now, we'll see what happens. We really will see what happens, but I think it'll turn out good. Like I said, it depends on the booking, or hopefully the Elite don't try to sabotage things and whatnot. But Edge being here right now, they kind of need a big name right now. So we'll see where it goes. Cause I'll say this before we get up out here about his whole WWE run coming back. Cause I can understand probably why Edge left. I do want to know how much can he do in AEW other than going against Christian and maybe team with FTR. But it's not like in WWE he was really doing a lot before leaving anyways. Because the last match he had on WWE was a month ago on SmackDown. And his 25th, anniversary against Sheamus. I do look at Edge's run in his last run in WWE like this. It was cool when he came back a few years ago. the stuff with Orton was good. Mostly the whole greatest wrestling match thing. Not the match at WrestleMania that went damn near an hour and was just long as hell for no reason. I thought Edge was actually being the real Edge again once he was in the feud with Roman and Bryan for WrestleMania after winning the Royal Rumble, because it actually felt like the rated R superstar again, not just happy to be back Edge, but like the Edge that never left. That was the last time I think I really liked him, giving the promos and just what he was doing out there. And the feud with Seth was really good. But once they got to the Judgment Day portion, and listen, I'll give Edge credit. They tried to do something different and go with him being a heel and everything, and just being the whole rated R superstar happy to be here deal, and he cut his hair and stuff. I know he wanted to get out of there. Apparently, he didn't want to do supernatural stuff, which the Judgment Day don't even do supernatural stuff. It ended up not being a thing. They kicked him out and brought him back, but it's like the whole Judgment Day feud went on forever. It went on for over damn near a year, and it just was played out and got repetitive. Yeah, it had a couple cool moments here and there, like Beth Phoenix getting involved and stuff, but Edge versus the Judgment Day went too long. Even like in a promo, he said, like, I've been fighting you guys for too long, and I'm running out of time. So even I kind of wondered then what was next going to be for Edge after the whole Judgment Day, because he went against them for damn near forever. And that's why I feel like Edge was just kind of starting to fall off at that point. And I didn't know what was going to happen next. It's not, I don't know if he ever would have won the title again in WWE. I'm not sure. So I guess I can understand why you need to change the scenery. And I don't know how much plans WWE have for him right now. I really don't. But like I said, I'm sure AEW paid him literally a crap load of money to come here. He was getting paid that CM Punk money, basically. That's what Edge was getting paid as. He's getting that big CM Punk money right now. So we'll see what happens with Edge in AEW since he's not in the WWE no more. And we'll find out. But other than that, that's all I really got to say about AEW Wrestle Dream. Like I said, this whole show was basically to honor Antonio Inoki out there. So I believe it may have worked. But hey, tell me what you think about AEW Wrestle Dream tonight. Did you like this show? Did you hate the show? What is your thoughts on the debut of Adam Copeland, or just anything on the show? Tell me what you think. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Basically, just opinions on it, okay? But other than that, that's all I got to say. Like this video, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at HoodNight890, and make sure you hit that notification bell. I'm out. I'll see y'all later. Peace.